stuff. It's poppin'! Actually, we're losing hella frames, so I'm gonna restart real quick. Of course, losing hella frames right now. Let's see if it stays stable now. Seems stable. Let's see. Don't lag out, stream. You can do it. You can make it. Transition. Alright. I think it's stable now. I guess I can turn the music down. I hope it's stable. If it falls, like Roy, I meant to say Troy, and tried to say something like a mix of Troy and Rome, and that doesn't make much sense. But that's my brain. Yeah, we're dropping frames again. Oh, is it going to be one of those kind of nights? Is it really going to be one of those kind of nights? Like, I don't know if I should restart the computer now, hopefully to stabilize the problem, or what I should do. I keep seeing it go up and down. You let me know in chat if it's fine. But, that is worrisome. Oh, hey, Paulo. Hey, Guantar. Hey, Zoomer. Sean. Good to see you, man. It's been a while. Has been. New kid. Good to see you as well. We're going to let this go, and we'll see if it, like, bottoms out and dies. And we might... I really don't want to have to restart the stream or anything, but we'll see how it goes. We'll play it by ear / whatever we want to call it. I've also got to see if we can get it back up and going on the good old-fashioned Facebook, because I had to kill it to reboot and already lost the stream that we just had. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully y'all are having a wonderful evening. Andrew, Frigg, Bubster, hello, welcome. Hello, Marcus. Yeah, the internet is always a problem. That darn internet. The internet was fine. Now it's no longer. Hey, Moon Knight, how are y'all? Y'all go ahead. Come on in. Tonight we're going to talk a lot about this ongoing event, everything that's going on with it. So that's a whole thing, right? It's a thing. Not necessarily a good or bad thing. I don't know. I'm really mixed so far in Arc 3. I'm really mixed, and I don't know how to feel about the entirety of the arc yet. I mean, we do have the skins, which I think are great cosmetically. I will like them more if it's something that we can slowly start earning in the future instead of just winning auctions for it. I'm not big on auctions. Y'all know I don't really like auctions. I do love the constellation. I love that it's there. I think that's freaking awesome. I don't like the fact that, and there are a number of auctions. For whatever reason, my server so far hasn't been super big on them, and mainly because maybe people like me aren't out there fighting for them. Obviously, that would be the reason. I'm not big on the auctions. Don't really care too much for them. And it seems like neither do the people playing on my server. How is it for y'all? Are y'all finding a lot of people playing? I mean, yes, no, maybe. I'm not finding anybody really. Oh, I don't know. It's weird. Let's go ahead and get this shared out. I haven't even shared this out on Discord yet. We need to probably do that to get everybody in, because I want everybody's opinion. I mean, this is going to be not necessarily a feedback episode. I mean, if there's some good thoughts and stuff, we'll always provide that for feedback to the dev team. I do really appreciate the availability of what the team has been in the past few months, whether it's my show, Ultimate DJ, I think that's great. At the same time, some of this is hecky annoying. So, is what it is, I guess. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to share this out to... Let me get this on Discord. And by the way, how many of you watched and how many of you enjoyed my unboxing of the cards? Old school Star Trek card game? Come on. If y'all aren't nerdy enough with that, I don't even know if you should be on this channel. Please stay on the channel. But y'all got to enjoy some fun things in life, and I'm getting excited about this. Steven says, has the beard shrunk or is it the lighting? I am in a constant state of beard trimming lately. I haven't been wearing it full grown. Do you want to know the reason that I'm not doing that, or do you even care? I could tell you why. The reason is actually kind of vain, I guess. I feel older and look fatter with my beard. So I've really been trying to, we just started mainly me, just started a diet this past week. I'm trying to lose about 40 pounds. That's my goal. Maybe about 35. That's my goal. And lost a few already. Really trying to get back into where I was. The whole COVID thing happened, and then working from home full time now. Yeah, it's just big balloon up. So yeah, the itchy part's not really an issue, Steve-O. It's just the me being self-conscious, I guess. And then you just hear, because I can't do multiple things at once, you got to hear the clicky clack of the keyboard in the background. I apologize for that. That's probably not the most professional of what's going on. But let's talk about this arc. Let's go ahead and get into it. I feel like I'm rambling and not providing enough information. So let's jump in here and have a good time. I'm also going to be in the live on Twitch room in my Discord. If y'all want to join in there, make sure you don't talk over each other, stay polite, all that normal stuff. And if you can manage to do that, then we'll have a good time. James says, what is my opinion on TOS Chekhov? My opinion on TOS Chekhov is that he is one of the weakest rare cards to be introduced into the game. I have him. I've used him. He works for what he's designed to do. I just don't think he has much value. I'll bring him down here. Just one, I'm not a big fan of the mouth area. I don't remember Chekhov having like these massive lips, these DSL things going on. I'm not a big fan of the avatar, or the character design. I feel like it almost is chipmunky, like his buck teeth are hanging out the front. I'm not a big fan of it. As far as the abilities themselves, it's just not exciting. I mean, a plus 10, and now you can get a lot here. If you got full synergy, you're looking at a plus 30, which can be quite a lot. And it can serve a purpose as maybe ship number 3 or ship number 4 in your territory capture when you're bringing all your ships. So let's just say that you've got my loadout here, and for those wondering why I've got hijack ships, video dropping tomorrow explaining the Trinity. Talking about Kang, Shar, and Marcus, explaining how they work and their value. So that's why those are sitting there, because I've been working on that all day today with the math and everything. So all that stuff that I just said aside, I don't really see a ton of value. If you want to throw him, like if you've got an Enterprise and then a Burrell and then a Centurion and a Saladin, then maybe put him on the Centurion or something. I mean, if you're a lower level player with a Kumari, Vocalist, North Star, maybe put him on the Vocalist or something. Just honestly, not a lot. And thank you to, and I appreciate you watching those 3-minute ads. You'll never get those 6 minutes back, but you will get this next 6 seconds of me calling out your name in front of hundreds of people saying I love you. So how about that? Is that worth it? Is it worth it now? I feel like that's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Quit being mean.
Hey, Craig, how you doing, man? Hey, Sasquatch, how are you, man? I'm not being mean. That was honest. These 6 seconds of somebody personally trying to connect with you are more important than 6 minutes of ads where Google's just trying to be like, I heard them talk about pasta on Amazon Alexa. We're going to give them a 3-minute ad about pasta. That happens. Amazon Alexa. We're going to give them a 3-minute ad about pasta. Ooh. Late to the party. We're going to have to server mute you until you get on push to talk, because that was feedback. Yeah, exactly. No ads, no videos. Specifically, no donations, no videos, if we're just being honest. But y'all have been really helpful in the past year, just helping me grow, get better. So appreciate it. Need to repair my Franklin. Anybody else feel like this Sunday is nothing but work? Like, we've got the Clear the Coast event, the Planet Killer event, the Anomalous Phenomena event, and Threat from Beyond. This has been the most loaded freaking event or day in forever. There's so much to do. I'm halfway through my Threat from Beyond. I finished my Discovery event. I'm halfway through Planet Killer and have not even started Clear the Coast, really. It's ridiculous.
Yes, it is time consuming.
It's also getting very boring, though, too, especially with Planet Killer. How many days have we had that in a row now?
Well, 2 in a row, and then we had it to start part 3.
I'm still having flashbacks from the first day.
Yeah, I mean, I do appreciate that we're scoring bonus points now by using certain ships, and it's not the requirement to use the ships. I'm only doing it for the Neutronium, to be honest, because I'm going to have the video towards the end of this arc about what I'm promoting in the event store, what I think are the best values. I'm currently going through the math on the different officers right now, so I can make the recommendation there. Tons of ship BPs. I know the limit has been really bugging people. Like, out of nowhere, there's a 10 blueprint limit on the Vidar. You used to be able to get half the daggone Vidar. Oh, okay, never mind. It is half because you get 5 at a time. That's the first time I clicked open. I thought it was a limit to 10 BPs. I'm like, that is stupid. But it's still half the ship. So, whew, scared me for a second.
I don't know, but I think the cost has changed.
I'd have to compare it to past events. I really don't know. I have the numbers for what the battle pass has provided the past year and a half. I don't have it for the event store. That's another thing that we can look at. But, I've been going through the officers. We only have 5 of the TOS officers in here. So we don't have Chekhov or Scotty. And the choice for me is pretty basic. I'm going to unlock Kirk because I'm halfway to unlocking Kirk. So I'm going to get Kirk. And then I'm going to focus on Uhura and McCoy. And I can't really see me going after anybody else. Hey, Bobby, how you doing?
The truth, it only looks like Scotty is like the one that's going to be worth anything, really.
I think Scotty's a good card. I think TOS, this is an explorer-based set of crew. So with the Discovery crew, they tended to align more towards the Romulans and the battleships kind of naturally. I don't necessarily know if I like that because I think that we need less Federation officers just dominating the pack structure. But if you have explorer based accounts, then the TOS Kirk and those builds are really, really useful. If you're still doing nothing but battleships and interceptors like your Saladin D4 or your Augur Bortus and stuff, then yeah, they're not really that valuable to you.
Yeah, at the moment the only one I'm missing is Scotty, and I'm only missing him by 4 shards.
Yeah, I don't have Scott. Do I have Scotty yet? I don't remember if I do or not. But the warp range is good because he's going to work with Cadet Scotty. So if you do the synergy, and I'll have to pull up the synergy bonus actually for TOS Scotty, but I know that you can use TOS Scotty and the Cadet Scotty to both get a warp bonus. And if you do full synergy, you can have a maximum of +6. So actually, if you did full synergy on TOS Scotty, you could get a +10 warp range, which in that very specific instance is useful.
You can't use full synergy and use Cadet Scotty because he's not part of the synergy group.
Correct.
You could only have half synergy.
Yeah. But I didn't say he was full synergy with Cadet Scotty. I said he works with Cadet Scotty. So Cadet Scotty would give you +9. Full synergy would give you +10. Or you could run 2 sets. Have one ship that's +5, one that's +10. But this is a very, very, very specific loadout. It's like a very niche type of load. I don't have a problem with it. It's just, it doesn't excite me. TOS Kirk definitely gives me a DPS boost with an Enterprise. Sulu helps pair really well with Kirk, just trying to get quicker criticals. Not for good long battles. Khan's still definitely better for long battles, and went over that in the video. But he's a solid officer, and Uhura's a good officer. So,
well, during a takeover, I use my Burrell and a TOS crew, and it actually helps 1,000%.
Nice. Michael, what's up, buddy? How are you doing? Jeremiah wants to know, why is Marcus in the pack for the TOS officers and not DuPont? Well, the mining officers are Section 31 cast-offs, but apparently we're going to get those in the future, hopefully, maybe. We'll see when that actually happens. But they're not part of the original series. That's why they're not in that. And for those asking, yes, Decius is from the original series. He's actually the first Romulan ever mentioned by name in the original series. Fun little fact for you there. So, And correct, Bubster, no uncommon TOS officers, because apparently the TOS group are all rares or epics. Don't know why, but they are. This kind of goes back to the oversaturation of rare and epic officers that we've talked about with the dev teams before. And they've agreed that, yeah, we've got too many. So hopefully in the future, they start spacing these out to be more balanced, because there's no balance right now. None.
Well, we're going to have to start doing testing. Best TOS crew is for the explorers.
Well, it's really specific. Basically, the TOS crew is amazing on an Enterprise, okay on a Centurion, okay on a Burrell. They honestly are kind of niche to one ship, which kind of sucks. You can use them on any Explorer, but that's where they really are the best.
Have you spoke to them about the colored torpedoes working?
Yeah, that's a fix that's supposed to be coming. But if y'all expected that to work out the gate, joke's on you. If you are part of the beta, there's been an update in the beta launch which has fixed it for some people. But if you're not a part of the beta, then you're still sitting there with your blue torpedoes not working. And we'll just have to wait until that gets pushed to everybody to fix it. John says, sad that there's not a new ship this event. I am not sad because of the ship skins. Now, granted, I've got to win a ship skin, but there are 4 new ships essentially in the game without me having to pay to level them up, pay to buy them, pay to unlock them. I like that. Honestly, it adds a little bit of diversity without me having to spend another year and a half to make a ship good. I can literally just make my Enterprise a new ship. I like that. And part of tonight's episode is to talk about this discussion for part 3 of whether y'all like that as well. I like that idea because now I can get another ship without spending 50,000 uncommon gas to max it out. I like it.
I'm kind of in two minds about it, really.
I don't like that it's auctioned,
like
but I understand that eventually it'll start being unlocked in different ways. You know, as with everything in any game in the modern world, if you want it first, you're going to pay a premium. Wait a little bit and everybody starts getting it. But as a whole, I love the idea. I can't afford to do another Enterprise, y'all. I can't afford to do the ISS Jelly I'm sitting on.
Oh, no. It is a plus that it does give you benefits for putting the skin on.
Yeah.
I'd like it so you could do both of them. So you could have the ship or have the skin. That would be cool.
No, I'd rather have the skin, to be honest with you. Yeah, so. I mean, if you made the ship, how would you even put that in the game fairly, though? If you think about it, I mean, where would the original series Constitution class rank? Honestly, with this being in the Kelvin timeline, the TOS Constitution would be like a level 20 ship. It would be incredibly weak compared to the Kelvin Enterprise. It wouldn't stand a chance. So, were you going to disrespect the TOS, timeline by making it a 20 ship? They wouldn't do that. So,
they don't really stick to the timeline, do they? Really?
I mean, they do. They do, though. This is a Kelvin-based game where they've started to add things that they're trying to find a balance in their own little medium. But it definitely sticks to the Kelvin timeline.
Well, it's from what people have been saying on our global chat. I'll tell you what, the planet killer is dead. It died about 2 days ago.
I'm doing it just because I want the neutronium. So I'm going to complete it, but it's not exciting.
And some of the missions, some of the things that are coming up, we're spending way too much in resources just to complete it. I mean, if I've got to go out and buy more resources to replace the resources that I'm spending to win the neutronium, I might as well go out and buy the neutronium. And then I get the resources as well.
I don't disagree with that. And that's actually a discussion that I had with one of the devs several days ago was that, I was like, look, the value of completing these events and getting neutronium is far less than these same events were before the part 3 started. You look at what some of these events were paying, like the ticket events. Ticket events were paying hundreds of millions in resources just 2 weeks ago, and now you're literally taking a loss if you complete the event and use that neutronium to turn it in for resources in the event store. You're losing. You're getting about half back what you spend to complete, depending on how that day 1 started. It's better now. Whereas the same ticket events, when they came out, was a great idea. Yeah, people complained they couldn't do all 3 of them, but they were still getting hella amounts of resources. Let's see. Thomas says, what do you think the odds are for a Narada refit for the Vidar if and when we have a Borg refit? I'd say extremely low. Right now, they are focusing on all the new stuff, which new to them is the series. So they had all the movie rights. Like if they had not gotten the rights to the Next Generation, the original series, Deep Space Nine, then they probably would have gone Narada. You would have got the USS Vengeance eventually and everything. But now that they've got all the other stuff, we probably won't see anything from the Kelvin timeline for a long time. I'd be very surprised if we start seeing that. We're going to see Discovery, TNG, TOS, Voyager, maybe even Lower Decks, maybe Star Trek Pike that's coming out. Maybe we'll get a number 1 card. All that coming possibly. Actual more Kelvin timeline stuff, I'd be very surprised if we see that. See, Michael says, I believe skins are the way Scopely is going to go instead of the overload the game with random ships, like when the Next Generation comes out, an Enterprise D skin. And that makes sense to me, especially if they're not raising the level cap anytime soon. Having the skin option so you can have your favorite ships gives them, I wouldn't call it a band-aid method, but it prevents them from making, the whales even higher level and even stronger than before.
Well, did we ever have any level 36 ships?
Level 36 ships? No, there's never been. There was a set in the beta of 4-star common ships, and that's probably where they would have fallen, but they were never put into the game. And there are 4 ships in particular that could have fit that mold that are sitting as models that were never released. Will they ever be released? I don't know. But the 3 that were just common neutrals were the Orion Warbarge. You had another Vulcan ship, which was kind of like the Vocalist, but a bigger, beefier one. The one that you see in Star Trek Enterprise. And then you had the Shran, which was another Andorian cruiser, like the Kumari, but a bigger cruiser type ship. Those are all common models that they use in the beta that have never got put into the new release version of the game 2.5 years later. But they still got them. And they're still sitting in the background. I mean, they're there.
And there's the H-class freighter.
Yeah, but nobody wants a stupid H-class freighter.
They'd want it if it could haul, say, 10 million in a pull.
Yeah, they would never make that thing Helton. Never. They don't have their 4-star stuff do that. And if it was that H freighter would be a common 4-star, it'd never haul that much. They don't give their 4-star miners that kind of love. Bobby, the Enterprise E will eventually come to this game, assuming the game makes it, which I think it will. But you will get the Enterprise E eventually. Question is, will it be a skin? Will that be by the time that they start getting around to upping, say, the level cap to 75 or 60? And Wayne, I don't have an answer for when rare Armada tactical cores are coming out, but they're not currently in the game. And I have no clue when they will be. If I did, I'd tell you, though. I promise I would. I wouldn't withhold that information from you. It's so important. I don't necessarily know. What was that, Craig?
You have to be level 50 before you can get the 7-person crew.
Heath asked, does the 70% bonus actually work? The 70% and 100% bonuses do work. You just got to remember that they're a base, so they really translate to more 5 to 10% increase. It's not that much. It's a very small increase. But yes, they do work. You can notice it on certain ships. But It's a very, very baby one. Now, I will tell you that I've only had whales test it for me, which is the 100% increase, but they tested it and it did work, and I've gone through the logs and did verify that it was activating. It's not a lot because it's a base damage increase. You want the whale probe from Star Trek 4. Archon, you are a hardcore nerd, and I like it. I like it. Robert says, what all ships do they have in the event store? Debating on hitting 27 to get some Sally BPs. Now, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Steven's here because I know he'd know. But I am 99% sure that if you level up at this point, your event store will not change, just like your battle pass will not change. It locks into what you are when it started. So don't level up for that purpose.
It does where you're at.
Yeah, thought so.
Well, actually, I will say this. I had something weird that happened for me, and that is I just finally started working on my Federation faction because I went ROM Klingon.
Yeah.
And as soon as I hit Associate, now all of a sudden I've got Intrepid Blueprint showing up in my event store. So
Okay, so it still would be tied to your level, but you need faction rep, I believe, to still see some of the stuff.
Right.
Which makes it, because like in my event store, I don't see the auger because I haven't gotten my rep that high. I still haven't tri-locked. I need to get around to it. But I still see the Gladius. I still see the Valkyries, but I only see the Enterprise and the D4 because those two are max. So you got to have your rep level up as well.
Yeah.
Isaac says the event store does change. All right, well, I can't change level to see that, so we'll get somebody else to test that out. I know the Battle Pass 100% doesn't change. It's locked to your level. The faction rep will change for you. But if it does change, that'd be gnarly. And if you're going to 27, that means you'd be looking at getting the Saladin, which is the only ship, honestly, worth blowing neutronium on. Thanks, Lemonade, Redstone, Rakeem. Appreciate it. What if the Enterprise E will have a saucer section that separates? The Enterprise E didn't have that. You're thinking of the D. The E had the captain's yacht. That was the big thing on the E. Would have had basically a huge underbelly ship. But I don't think they'd ever add that to the game, just because that would be too complicated for them. I couldn't see that. Maybe. And Andrew, yeah, please. If everybody else is saying it does, awesome. I always leave room for me being wrong because it happens. I know the battle pass is locked, and if it is not locked for the event store, that'd be great if you're leveling up. It still sucks that your battle pass is locked, though. Why do you need a captured Mayflower? I don't understand the question. What do you mean, why do I need a hijack Mayflower? One, it's sexy. Two, why not? Like, why not? I'm using it for a video for tomorrow to talk about mitigation with certain officers. And that's the only Mayflower. I want to show in the video level 20s and 30s and 40s. So just show the different applications for certain officers. Well, this is the only Mayflower I have because I scrap regular ones. So I don't keep the regular ones. That's also why I have a hijack D3 sitting here. I also have a hijack Legionary I can pull out if you're really bored.
You're just a ship collector.
I am. I want all the ships in the game.
I'm only missing the D4 by like 20 blueprints.
I am about 20 blueprints away from a second Enterprise.
The first one is so expensive.
Well, I'm going to get the second one to like tier 3 just so I can compare. And hey, Beowulf, good to see you, buddy. Even though you're saying see you, so you just popped in to say hey. But good to see you, Beo. It's been a while.
Hey, Rev, is there any difference at all between the hijacks and the regular Mayflower? Or Legionary or D3? I mean, tactically speaking?
Nope.
Like in how techs apply to them?
Nope. They're the exact same. The only difference is one costs plutonium to upgrade, so you can't actually get past like tier 4.5 or tier 5 until past level 30, which is stupid. But they are literally the same ship with a skin on it. So kind of disappointing, honestly. The Hijacked series really flopped, and that was kind of their first attempt at the skin idea. And they did it with 3 separate ships. And they've done that before, like the Separatist D3 never really took off, never really got a lot of people enticed. So probably why they developed this new skin idea instead of entire new ships going the skin method. And I'll be honest, I prefer that. If I could have 5 different skins for my Enterprise, I'd rather have that. There's also going to be research for the skins to improve their abilities and everything. But yeah, I'd much rather go the skin route. And let's just be honest, it's cheaper for you as a player. Yeah, the auction thing going on right now is a pain in the butt. But long term, when you're getting the skins, it's a lot cheaper than, say, getting a brand new tier 3 or a 3-star Enterprise and spending 50,000 uncommon gas and 3 billion titanium to max it. Michael, you should 100% put Spock on the Enterprise and send me the battle log of when you do it. 100%.
You're mean.
Sean says, is it true that Spock is currently borked in armadas if more than one is in a group that they'll use the lowest level Spock? Yep, this is something we reported weeks ago. Waiting on a fix. Waiting on a fix. Waiting on a fix.
Also note, it's not just Spock. Other stat-based officers have similar issues.
Correct. Hydra, by the way, your microphone is snap, crackle, pop. It's like a really bad bowl of poppy cereal. Not sure what's going on with your mic.
When you use Spock in your armada, it can mean the difference between winning and losing.
Let's see. Moon says, would you rather get the D3 or the Gladius? Well, I mean, the Gladius is a better ship. Typically, I skip the Gladius, though. Like, I'd go with the Klingons and move up into, the D3 and D4 instead of getting a Gladius. And honestly, I'd get a Salad in D4 if I had to choose between just the 2 interceptors to go for. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Gladius. It's a decent PvE grinder because that's what its bonus is, centered around. But it's not a very exciting ship. It's just not. Doesn't get me all happy. Doesn't rev up my engine.
Yeah, I got to get back into the game because I just got my Borg Jayla unlocked as a 31 free to play.
Oh, nice.
So
that's a fantastic pull. Fantastic pull. Yeah.
Yeah, finally. I finally got the last shard on her.
Roberto says he doesn't like the new Augur skin. I actually love the new Augur skin, but you have to be a fan of that Romulan style from the original series. I love it as a nostalgia throwback. I get it if you don't, though. It's cool. If you don't like it, then buy the Enterprise one and get the TOS Constitution, or buy the Klingon one and get the D7, which that should be the right answer anyway. Should always be to get the Klingon option.
I just unlocked my Pike today.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's a game changer.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, it only took me like most of my neutronium.
I gotta reboot my game. It is lagging like crazy. Fulton says the new Augur skin is the best thing in the game. Now, I also wouldn't go that far. I think the TOS Constitution is the best. The damaged look for the ISS Jelly, I love that skin. I love my broken Constitution class flying through space. I mean, that's beautiful to me. But it's James says I'm not old enough to have that nostalgia. Look, I've got Netflix, so I qualify. Okay? Also, you forget, as I hold up my Trouble with Tribbles box that I have, this is the next set of cards that we're going to be opening. Remember, Deep Space Nine, we went to the original series, and I got to see that growing up. So I did see the flashbacks, just not as much as you really old folks did.
Won't start with that.
I mean, I didn't lie. Apollyon says, when can we see a video with the new 1701 skin? When I make one. And when I get it. I haven't gotten the skins yet. I may try for the Constellation skin. Maybe. But we'll see. The points are what it's going to come down to. I mean, it's just because I don't know if I can win 1, let alone 2. So it's really looking at the calendar and going, should I try to win a G3 skin? Should I try to win the ISS Jelly skin? Because I don't even use my ISS Jelly. But it'd still be cool to take off and show off the skin. So, yeah, and multiple people should have the new ones. Allagash, yes, the D4 is a very good ship. Especially with the new officers and the new balances they've done in the past year. A year ago, I wasn't super onto the D4 because of its special ability, and everybody was relying on things like the Gorkon crew. Now that a lot of new stuff is out, the D4 is much more viable. And hey, Bayo, I see you sneaking in here. I see you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you at a very low volume.
Oh, you know, us Southern folk, we talk with.
Yeah, but it's more your mic, not more your tone.
Let me work on that.
John just posted in the Facebook and just said one word, done. No context, no idea what he's done with, but congratulations on completion, John. You're now done. Hey, Area West, how are you?
Almost done.
Andrew says, why are Klingons always the right answer? Because Klingons are the best. Duh. What kind of silly question is that? I mean, there are Klingons on my shirt. This is back from the days where Star Trek Fleet Command loved me and they made me a t-shirt. Like on the back.
Bias.
Yeah, there you go. I'm a shill. The back of the shirt says Star Trek Fleet Command and my name on the back of it. Really dope. I'm also wearing my Star Trek Fleet Command keychain that has... Okay, y'all got to admit, the keychain's awesome. Or the lanyard, rather. This is the Rialta. I've got a Star Trek Fleet Command lanyard with the Rialta on it. Y'all don't have that. If you want it, $500 and it's yours. Or y'all can buy me some packs off my Amazon wishlist because I'm trying to do more of this card collecting. And I'm a nerd. Support nerdom. I wonder how much that would make Scopely mad if I sold this. Now I kind of want to do it. I kind of want to.
Might be something in the contract you signed at the time. Don't know.
Nah. No, this is mine. It was a gift. Yeah, David, the level 50 we were raiding like 2 weeks ago, he logged on about 6 hours after y'all saw me in the live video. So he got back on and not all the resources were drained, but a lot of them were. A lot of them were. Bayo, you were there for that.
Yes, it was.
Good times. I'm actually still sitting on about 500 million of that tritanium right now. Have not spent it yet.
Get you a G4. You'll spend it in a day.
Spend it as soon as you get it, so nobody else can steal it from you.
I like Chris. Chris over here said $500 for this lanyard is low for it being a rare item. I mean, cool, Chris. If you want to buy it and then try to resell it for more than 500, you can buy it. Go for it. I won't hate the hustle. Yeah, the level 50 raid was a great stream because you just don't get to do that. I don't even know if anybody's ever streamed a level 50 raid. Oh, man. I still got to do so much tonight. So much left to do.
Just do Armadas on your planet killer. A couple of rares and you're done.
Yeah, I mean, I think I only need to do about one more 39, maybe two, and that'll finish that out. I can do that with the Enterprise. The Clear the Coast, I don't even bother using the Stella. I just send the Augur out there with PMC and let the Augur do it. But I still got to finish the Threat from Beyond. And I've got one left, and that is to get Khan. But I'm doing it the slow way because I want to save as much titanium as possible right now. So I'm not using my Enterprise. Michael, you can keep screaming for Jayla, but the closest you're getting to Jayla is the triple Jayla that's coming up soon. That's the closest you're getting to Jayla. Unless they surprise us all, which would be great. Winky face. Well, Jacob, I'm sorry you quit Star Trek Fleet Command. Hopefully you still watch the Star Trek and nerdy related stuff like the card unopenings. But if you ever want to come back and ignore the price gouging and stuff like that, come have fun. I'm actually looking at starting another account again as soon as they open up a new set of servers. Hey, Nick, how you doing? How big is my Stella? Jeff, I'm ashamed to say it is not very big. I'm so lazy with my Stella. It's like tier 5. And I've only got 5 researches done. So it's pretty pathetic. Everybody has to carry me.
You were saying earlier about the only ship that's really worth getting in blueprints being Saladin. There is an argument for getting a second Stella.
Yeah, there is. I wouldn't.
So that you've got one for scrapping and one for keeping.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 2 Stellas. I still don't use them just because the Stella research tree has become so outdated so quickly. But it's still good. If you have the time to do the Stella stuff after you've done everything else and it doesn't make you want to just, I don't want to use profane language on YouTube, but if you can put up with doing Stella stuff after doing everything else, then yeah, the Stella's worth it. And the second one's worth it.
Your eyes out?
Yeah, I can't. I can't. Like today where I'm doing everything, I can't do all that. So my Stella is the one area that I just basically went ignore. And it does hurt because there's some good research in that tree, but yeah.
G4 speed.
Yeah, Bayo, like I said, there's some good stuff there, but man, I just don't. It's such a grind and a pain. Is it worth it?
It feels much more grindier than even the Franklin.
Oh, it is. It's definitely grindier. Now, it is a better ship, and the Stella can be used in PvP and be decent, but it is a lot more of a grind. It's the grindiest of all of them. It just has good returns. But if you play the long game, and you don't plan on rushing up to level 39, the Stella's a good investment.
Now, this new artwork they got in these space where the armadas are, it just gives me a headache. I'm gonna have to go there.
Oh, the massive worm.
Yeah,
I could say I appreciate the massive worm because they didn't put huge teeth on it like they did in the preview pictures. It actually kind of looks like the death machine, the doomsday machine, instead of looking like a massive space worm. So
now say I prefer to do the rares because at least they have you stuff to do officer pulls with, where them regulars, they only give you steel.
Let's see what else we got in the good old questions and comments. Rune says, what happens after the arc finishes? Will we be able to continue to work on TOS skins? It's what they say. We'll wait and see. But they've said that the skins are going to be something that is a long-term thing. Well, we also had to wait years for certain other auctions to come out. So we'll wait and see. But, yeah. We shall see. Y'all can hear the confidence in my voice.
You'll get an event for Discovery every so often.
Well, we'll give them credit that the Discovery event has been coming around right at just enough for me to continue to do the pull every day and do the max pull. So that's helped.
One of the things I'm wondering is with the TOS sort of officer pool, are they going to keep up the sort of awarding of the teeth, or is that going to be something that goes into other pools after the arc's done? What are they going to do there? Because obviously at the moment it's the only way of getting the officers.
It's a good question. I actually expect it to stay around much like the Borg stuff has stayed around. Like, even though Borg Matas was a huge failure, it was terrible. The swarm and grinding of Borg stuff is still good and profitable now. So I would expect it to stay and become like a secondary type of grind that you can do here and there with random missions that pop up. But I
And have the pool sort of separate, like the discovery.
I'd also say that so much of what's going on in this arc is experimental, and that it has to perform well for it to keep going. You know, a lot of this is new ideas, and they're not going to keep jumping on and keeping up with new ideas if they're not translating into one, activity, but two, more importantly, Beowulf's money. And if that's not happening, well, then it's going to stop being used and it just kind of dies off in the background. Yeah, so
which is fair.
Like the Borg stuff, it's now been officially over a year since the Borg. They are redoing some of the Borg, and one of the things that they were looking at redoing was to make the grind of the Borg less grindy and to make it overall a better experience. But yeah, will that happen? When will that happen? Who knows? Probably soon, but who knows? Apollon says they said that we are going to be able to create our own packs in the store. Do you know roughly when? Okay, to be clear, that's not what they said. What they said was they see other games doing it and they want to look into implementing the idea themselves. I don't even think that's in the testing phase anywhere yet. That's literally still a sticky note on a wall. So I don't think that that's even something that you could expect this year. And I could definitely be wrong. I have been wrong before. I was wrong earlier in the show. But none of the people that I've talked to have mentioned that being like a soon thing. I realize it's something that people have asked for. But Chris says just need normal Borg cube armadas. I can still get into Borg space and I can still launch a few. I think I can still launch a couple of Borg armadas if y'all are just really bored on the stream a year later. I still have tons of tokens to get into the space. Yeah, Stavros, I agree. The amount of trit that we have to dump in right now is ridiculously high. Canis Spader says that everyone would just be buying Uncommon Crystal if we made packs. You say that, but honestly, when you get into the 30s, it's gas. The research you need for gas, the Enterprise being the main ship everybody goes after, gas would sell more than Crystal. I need more gas for an Enterprise than I need for a Saladin and 3 faction miners combined. And a Vidar.
I need 4-star Common Crystal myself.
You just need more Latinum. That's what you need. You need the Vault of Latinum pack to actually be like 2 million Latinum.
Yeah. Not at 3-to-1. If they change that exchange rate, I'd do that more often.
Yeah. Shout out to G&D for signing up to be a cadet. If y'all want to support the channel, multiple ways to do that. Why should you support the channel? Because I have 2 kids, and the only way they eat food is if you pay me. Yeah, that's called guilt. Donate. Also, just so that you can get more awesome videos of random things, and so that you can hear the awesome quality of keyboards in the background. You can't get that anywhere else. Mechanical Keyboards, brought to you by Rebs.
It's got to be a mechanical keyboard, though.
Yeah, I mean, I've got one too, so I can't say anything, but gotta have a mechanical keyboard. Oh man, this grind is tedious. Y'all keep coming in with the questions and we'll keep answering. David says, Leslie, Monroe, and Kirk on my 2 million Enterprise versus level 40 Interceptor. I get 2 to 4 million points in one hole. Yup, that's why I made the Shakedown Cruise video, because of how important Leslie is. If you could spend $20, that is a pack to buy. That is definitely a pack to buy. How do we get enough interceptor parts for the Vidar and the Saladin? Latinum. That's the easiest answer. You can grind out tons and tons of hostiles and do your dailies every day, which will pay you out those parts you need. But honestly, the answer comes down to spending Latinum. That's the simplest, best way. No, it is not possible to get Tau right now. Pretty good job. Tau is deactivated anyway, so even if you had him, he doesn't work. But it is not possible to get Tau because he's a broken officer.
He's an overpowered officer at the moment.
Yep. Nissa says, when they fix blue bullets, which hostiles give most deal? Like, you got two different questions there. Yes, the cosmetics and the aesthetics are going to be worked on and fixed. It is a known bug. They're already working on that one. And then as far as dilithium, the best place to get dilithium is raiding your neighbor. You cannot rely on hostiles to give you dilithium that you need. That is an extremely inefficient way of doing that.
Yeah, very much so.
Dude, cross-platform Apollon, that's so far away, that's not even worth thinking about. This game is a buggy platform for mobile. It's nowhere near ready for PC and PlayStation. They can dream about having that, and I know they want that, but dreaming about it and doing it are two very different things. I dream about marrying Emma Stone. It's not going to happen, but I dream about it. It's good dreams. Will Scopely offer Harrison shards to buy in the future? I mean, hopefully. Like, I still regret to this day not having Harrison purchased. I regret it. So I do hope so.
Yeah, I'd like them to update the transporter shard thing.
Just start getting them today.
Well, most of the officers in there I already have maxed out, so they don't do me any good.
Oh, an exchange security vault? I need to be doing those. Oh, y'all running an epic without me? What, cuz? Y'all can't be doing me like that. I got to finish this other stuff first. David, congrats on getting Harrison for free. Yep. It means you're probably in the level 20 somewhere, which makes it really easy. You get into those auctions in the 30s, and it's like impossible. Yeah, Tuan, we're aware. Jeremiah says, so they did one Curon event and reran Harrison 2 more times. Any idea on the next Curon? Nope. You will get it, though. But I don't have an ETA for you. Robert says, what do you use Harrison for? I've got like 2 Harrison videos. Check them out. But basically, he's overpowered and amazing. Overpowered on certain things. Overall, he's pretty useless, like in terms of generic, use them everywhere. But for specific situations, he is one of the best officers in the game. Like, it's bad enough for me to say I regret not spending $100 to buy him. So,
Which is a lot of money
it is.
for a single officer.
That's like 200 Canadian. But still, I have regrets.
The worst thing about being British at times is that when it comes to packs, they just translate the price into GBP. So a $100 pack is £100, which is a big step up. It's like $200 almost at times, depending on the exchange rate.
I don't think the pound's that much, is it?
It fluctuates. It
I mean,
was
yeah,
at 1.8, I think, on the exchange.
Let's see.
What is it today? Let's double check.
Clayton, thank you for signing up to be a cadet, man. I appreciate the support, the love. It means that you're a better person than most people. Because most people aren't signed up to support. So this makes you a better person.
Currently, it would be about 40% more expensive in the UK than it is in America.
So that's about,
For the
yeah,
same
about
pack.
140. That's a lot. So basically, it's the same of how they're doing the Aussies. The Aussies, I think, they're like 150 for their currency into US. That's rough.
I was hoping with the Server 50 count that I've got that I'd get American prices in the store. I did not.
It's based on your geolocation. So
Yeah.
Unless you are VPNing somewhere, you're going to show up in the good old UK.
Indeed, I am. So, though speaking of server 50, interestingly enough, the salvage parts that you get from this arc, nothing you can't redeem. There's no exchange for the recruits.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why I was wondering if it's going to be sticking around afterwards, so that I might actually be able to use them at some point.
Maybe one day. Magic 8 Ball. Nick says, do you need to max out an officer with promotions to get transporter patterns, or just max out the shards? You just need the number of shards. You don't actually have to go through the process of maxing them out. Once you get the shards, that's all you need, and you're good to go. And I do have to agree with Steve-O. We have 236 people watching right now, but only 34 likes. If you don't like this video, well, you probably beat puppies with kittens, and that makes you a bad person. So like this video to prove that you don't beat puppies with kittens. Prove it. Prove it now. Oh, I see 3 likes go up. We have 3 confirmed people who don't beat puppies with kittens. Oh, we're up to 48. We now have 48 people who do not. 62. Man, we got a lot of puppy love here, or kitten love. We're not sure which, but a lot of people don't like beating puppies with kittens. Very happy to hear this. Makes my night to learn that y'all aren't a bunch of psychopaths. Thank you. Kevin says, no, I do beat kittens with puppies. Well, that's understandable, okay? You know, it's understandable. Cats are annoying. Cats will kill random birds outside and bring it to you like it's a gift. Like, if you don't get that off my porch, I will punch you into the next household. But yes, I'm glad to see that we have almost 100 people who do not beat puppies with kittens. It's very nice. Random humor insertion at 1 hour in. And Nissa, why are you in the YouTube chat and not in the voice chat? What are you doing? What are you doing with yourself?
She's out for dinner at the moment.
Doesn't matter. We want to hear you eating hamburgers. America. All right, Philip says, can Scopely up the players that get rewards on events instead of being top 10 or top 50, go to top 100? Unlikely. What would your bracket even look like if you had 100 people winning? There have been some rare occasions where it's been spread out a lot, but the whole point of having the bracket shortened is to force people to grind more, spend more to qualify to be part of the winnings. So, correct, Tuon. Any rare or epic officer that is maxed out will give you transporter patterns. And somebody really asked about maxing the Saladin? That's an instant yes. That's not even a question. That's more of a, why haven't you done it yet? Maxed out Saladin is one of the best ships in the game.
I still use mine.
It's almost as good as a maxed out jellyfish. Old school jelly. It's a beast.
I was going to say, wait a minute.
Yeah. It was funny. Hugo, one of the guys that runs all of the numbers with me all the time, he just now got his old school jelly and has been running tests on it all week and has been talking about how amazing it is, and he wish he had it when, you know, he started the game. So Thomas says he's loving the event store. What do you love about the event store, Thomas? Because we are trying to take some notes and get some opinions about the overall, you know, how people see this event store. Tell me about it. What do you like? What do you dislike? What's your favorite thing? What's your least favorite thing? What's the feedback that I can give the dev team to make this thing better? Sasquatch D001, shout out to you. You signed up to be a commander, which not only are you better than everybody in this room, you're better than all the cadets. You have an actual rank. You need to make sure you're in the Discord because we're going to have movie night and you're invited. Movie night is going to be a good time. If you want to be part of movie night and get to know Rev Deuce a little bit better. Yesterday, I, at like 3 in the morning, sent the cringiest intro video ever made only to my Captain's Quarters people, the people who support the channel. If you want to see the worst, cringiest, like this is bad, how dare you video, you got to support the channel. Yeah, Tuon says seeing everybody join makes me want to join. You don't even have to hit the join button on YouTube. You can just donate to PayPal and Venmo. All the donations get you into the Captain's Quarters. It's appreciated. But Yeah, you can also.
Should we really even put that video in public?
Yes, you should. It was so bad, it's perfect. It was amazingly cringy. I'm so proud of how cringy it was. And thank you, Curtis. I'm glad you're enjoying the channel. Hopefully I'm helping you out. Sasquatch says I'm in the Discord. If you're in the Discord and you need your roles upgraded, please just message me and we'll get you set up. Also, y'all, while y'all are watching, we're an hour into the stream, so shoot out any questions that you may have about anything at all, and I will try to answer them about the game. Or life questions. You need relationship advice? I'm here to tell you, don't get married. You need advice about going to school? Don't worry, I'm here to tell you to go to a trade school. Don't become a lawyer. Whatever you need, I'm here to give you possibly good advice. Guaranteed to maybe be good. You can't get that type anywhere else. Only here. I think everybody's like, yeah, this dude's a nut. We need to log off. Roberto, I'm glad you like the Klingon hat. I've had this one for quite a while now, Craig. How long have I had this? Over a year, definitely.
Year and a half.
See, I like this.
That one a long time ago.
Yeah, I want to say I like this comment from Michael because it's the experience for this arc is so different for every people. Michael says, honestly, part 3 of this arc is the best I've seen as far as the battle pass rewards and the abundance of options in the event store. And it's funny because I have people who've been playing for 2 years who think this is the worst one they've seen. And I want to get all the feedback I can. I want your opinion. And right now, if you're watching, best thing to do as we get into this part of the stream, invite your alliance, invite your Discord into the stream, copy the link, post it in. I want to get as many opinions as we can. We might even bust out the notepad. Yeah, look at this. An actual notepad and start taking notes. And if anybody has any good changes, ideas, and we might even do a Google form where we fill out yes and no questions. Isn't that amazing? There's no questions. Curtis says that he loved the Leviathan story. Has anybody in voice chat done the Leviathan story yet?
I've done the first part.
I have done the first part, yeah.
I've done the first part, but I haven't completed it. I didn't know anybody had completed it. I guess if you bought Battle Pass points, you've got the keys. I will say I like the first part of the story.
Yes, and I think the rewards you get out of it are pretty okay.
Story rewards have been good, yes. Which, it sounds weird to say, stories used to cost you to run. Like, you took a loss every time you did.
I mean, yeah.
We didn't get any of that, Captain UK, because you broke up because your country taxes for the BBC. Yeah, your BBC taxes haven't been paid, so we didn't hear anything you said. Pay your BBC taxes. Luca says, why a Klingon hat? Why not a Federation hat? Uno momento, por favor. I want to show you something. I'm also going to, I just took my headset off so I can't hear anything. So be right, uno momento, per perver.
Look out, he's taking the hat collection out, guys.
Oh, just as a note, Warlord XXX on server 32. On server 34. Come on, you could have given us another 10 minutes.
All right, so people are saying, why Klingon? Would you care to sample my actual batleth? Here you go. Because I like the Klingon Empire. Glory to the Empire and honor to your house. We're Klingons here. I don't know how you are. Maybe you enjoy rodents, obsequiously eating things, or roe, as it's better known. But I'm a Klingon. We're pirates. We seek honor. We kill ships. That's what we do. No other content creator that you follow has got an actual batleth. None of them. That's why I'm the best. Now I need to put this back because it hangs on the wall.
Yeah, I talked him into bringing that out and showing it 2 years ago.
Oh, man. No, it is not a base for a... That's pretty funny. but it's not a base for a rocking chair. But that would, if I had a rocking chair that was like use batleth arms and stuff, that'd be freaking amazing. All right, let's go ahead and start finishing some of these kills. Let's see what other questions that we got from the comments. I'm working on getting the Franklin Discovery blueprints. What ship blueprint should I get next? Bobby, I would encourage you to get the Vidar. One of, if not the best specialty ship in the game. The Discovery has one purpose. The Franklin has one purpose. The Vidar can do it all, whether you're using it for PvP, PvE, or grinding out those Borgs. It's good at everything. A great little ship and not terribly expensive to upgrade. Has a grind aspect to it, but good overall. So that's what I would recommend going after next.
And it comes with its own refinery.
It does have its own refinery. So if you love the refinery rates in uncommons, just wait until you try the Borg refinery. It's even nicer.
And it works for really good as a low-level barrack.
Yeah, it does. Here's a good question. Curly Fry says, can you use the batlets to cut a watermelon? Tell y'all what, if y'all know anybody in my area that has a slow speed camera, like one of those slow motion ones, and we can rent it for a day, I will make a YouTube video cutting things with the batlets, because I have sharpened it a little bit and I've got my sharpening tools. I can make it cut worthy and we can make a video chopping things, but y'all got to find me one of those cameras. Like I can't use my webcam and then my, cell phone camera.
I got a GoPro. That'll go pretty slow.
You really need one of those, like, for those good slow motion videos where it cuts down like frame by frame.
You want a Phantom?
Yeah, we want something like that. And I'm not spending the money for a Phantom. Not happening.
Might as well go get a red.
No, I can understand that. They cost a couple of thousand each.
Yeah, not million, but they're expensive.
The red does.
The red.
The red's what they use to shoot movies with.
Bobby, happy to help, buddy. Jeremiah says the Vidar has a 350% bonus versus 300. It does, but just wait till you get to the 4-star epics and they have a, what was it, 500% bonus they max out at? I think it's 500. Hey, Felipe, how are you doing? Apollon says, is there a tier 2 ship that I can max and get uncommon crystals tier 3? I'm not sure what you're asking. That one confuses me a little bit. Now, keep in mind that I am American and blonde. So, yeah, speak slowly.
If you want uncommon crystal for tier 3 and you want to use tier 2 ships that you scrap, you want to use Envoys or Findris. That's what he was asking.
Oh, okay. That makes sense now. I wasn't sure what was being asked. Because we were just talking about the refineries and stuff for the different ships. So, yeah. The Envoy is the main one that I always push, is the Envoy.
Yeah, you get the best return on the Envoy, for sure. Those are also the hardest one to level up because it's a survey. And they're just slow.
All right, come on. Please kill this thing. Oh, one more. I'm literally one ship away from, I think, finishing my event. And if my Franklin dies, I'm going to be so mad. Please, just win. Son of a...
How come you don't go kill 35s?
Because it's expensive and I'm trying to save on Tritanium. Oh my God, I'm literally 1 point away from this event being done. 1
it's
point.
Not like you can go raid for it right now. Because everyone's broke.
I do it with my Franklin, though.
This is so irritating. My Franklin's not maxed. I can't do that with my Franklin. Yeah, but the Enterprise is too expensive to repair. That's the whole point of me not using it. Because I've lost like 20 million Tritanium the past 4 days doing all these stupid SMS events and stuff. So,
would you like to trade?
No. That doesn't mean what I'm suffering isn't just as bad, though.
26 million, yes.
I'm down to 500 million titanium.
Yeah, I'm at 700 million, but I've been saving for if I want to compete in these events to try and place. I'm going to need the titanium for like the ISS jelly upgrades and stuff. So,
Yeah. I ain't even compared to that skin.
Yeah.
My server, it's like ridiculously high right now.
yeah, I mean, it depends on what it is. I mean, if it stays relatively cheap, then I'll go for it. If not, I'll wait for one of the G3 ones and just settle for that. I want to get one skin out of all this. That's my goal. At least one. But we'll see.
I would like one, but I'm not going through an auction for one. I hate auctions.
I mean, auctions are terrible. I'm not disagreeing, but at the same time, I would like to be able to make content for everybody and get that. Sasquatch, I got you taken care of, buddy. Thank you once again for supporting the channel. Greatly appreciated. Let's see what other questions we have about the game. What else do we have? Nick says, my level 16 account is in desperate need of a jellyfish. I bought all the BPs from the event store. Where else can I find the BPs? You can get 25 blueprints from missions, and the rest of it you have to purchase. So either through an event store or by actually buying it from the store. So if you've gotten the 25 blueprints from missions and done the event store, then the only thing you can do is really wait or buy the rest that you need.
So the jellyfish, whilst fun and nice to have, is not essential to get to 20.
I will say, though, that, and Gregor, who we do the math with, was talking about this and enjoying it earlier this week, that if you get some of the new TOS officers like TOS Spock in base defense, in certain applications, depending on what you're defending against, the jellyfish will never lose its shields. So it can be a constant deterrent to whatever's hitting you. Now, if you hit it with something too big, like an Enterprise, obviously it's going to die. But there are certain crew loadouts, and then using the ship's special ability to rebound on itself, it can stay alive for a significant amount of time. And that can make base defense a little bit easier. But this kind of goes back to the other argument we've been having recently. We keep bringing this up. Base defense in this game, in terms of live base defense, is not really a thing. So.
Yeah, no. Pop a shield and relocate.
Relocate to grid. You know what I want to play? Star Trek Armada. Who remembers the Armada series? Please tell me somebody. No? Darn.
Don't know if I ever played it.
Okay, I don't remember that one.
It was an RTS Star Trek game. They came out with 2 of them.
Yes, I remember those games. Yes, I did play them
Wonderful.
back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And so,
I grew up with those, so it was nostalgia just hit me for whatever reason as we were having that conversation. I was like, I need that. I might find them and see if I can make them work on Windows 10 and then stream it or something.
Good old games.
Love those.
That would be the place to get them from.
I used to love playing as the Borg and then going in and simulating the other race's constructor ships and then building everybody else's ships. Oh man, I had fun with that game. David says that he's old enough to where he bought an actual DVD drive just so he could pop the CD in and play it. David, I appreciate your nostalgia. Thank you. Let's see what other questions that we can find.
No old jokes.
No old jokes? Look, Craig, you're only as old as you feel, and you just called me and No One Shall server older than you. So don't act like you don't dish them out too. And Jeremiah, no, they have never released Jayla completely, but we'll maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Like Panic's thing from 2 years ago when he said they were fixing it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I'm going to finish off this event with my Hijacked Mayflower so I can get straight into doing my regular grinding. This is the first time a Hijacked Mayflower has ever been used for anything by me. It's about to happen. Mike says, what about Star Trek Klingon? Okay, so Star Trek Klingon, the game, just because it's so old, didn't age as well. But the story in Star Trek Klingon is still one of the greatest things ever done. If you actually go and watch the Star Trek Klingon movie, which is where they just took all the cutscenes in the story and made it into one long thing, it is fantastic. It had the actual actor that played Gowron, wonderful, writing and everything. Great game. Didn't age that well, just because, how many games age that well 25 years later? But the story and everything and the cutscenes, still amazing. Oh, gosh. Y'all are making me go on a nostalgia kick, and I'm going to have to start putting out videos from games that y'all haven't seen in 20 years. And most of the people are going to be like, we don't want to watch this. Why are y'all playing this? Oh.
You do this to me all the time.
What? Look, I'm 31. Those are nostalgia for me, too. Like all these Age of Empire remaster ads I keep seeing. Like, I remember playing that when it came out. And it's already got a remaster.
Yeah, I know.
It's got 2 remasters.
I went and bought a laptop 2 days ago.
Ah, well, if you really want me to show my age, the first game I remember playing was a floppy game called Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe. It was a fighter sim for Windows 95, maybe a little bit earlier than that. So there's you something. There's you a huge throwback.
Where you had your own flight simulator joystick.
Yep. Chris says he's surprised I don't direct Star Trek Online content. I'll be honest, I love Star Trek Online. I love that it's continually updated. It's just so much of a time sink. I don't have time. Like if I play Star Trek Armada, it's kind of like playing Civilization. You can pop it in, play one campaign, and then drop it and not come back. Star Trek Online requires the same amount of me getting in it every day like Star Trek Fleet Command does. Guantar says first game was Combat on Atari. John says first game was the actual Pong machine. Hey, look, that's awesome. I think that's fantastic. I think that if you got to grow up in the era where video games, and especially this, I'm not just bringing this up because I'm promoted. I'm bringing it up because I'm making videos I'm super excited about. The collectible card games. I know Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are the big ones. But the Star Trek one that, lasted 15 years that I've actually just now started getting into, I enjoy so much. I can't wait to open this box and unpack 36 packs and see what I get. It's fun to go down these roads. It's fun.
You just did a box yesterday.
Yeah, I did Mirror. So I bought 2 boxes. And I'm not going to do one right after the other, but this is another expansion for the game called Trouble with Tribbles. And it's got 30 expansion boosters in it. And then I've got a couple more on the way. So over the next month or so, you'll see these unboxing videos of me going through. And hopefully I'll continue to get the rare cards. Because the last one, if y'all remember, I got the Mirror Universe Spock, which is a $45 card in mint condition. I mean, so there's also that fun aspect of, oh man, I got a cool one. I like that. It's fun.
Yeah, if you pull a Borgified Tribble out of that pack, I'm going to freak out.
I don't think this one has a Borgified Tribble. There are some rare Tribble cards in here. One of the rarest cards in this one that you can possibly get is a Kirk 100,000 Tribbles card, which is the scene of Kirk sitting amongst all the Tribbles and stuff. But I don't know. And we'll see what we get when we unbox it. I'm excited about doing it, though. Davis says he misses the old Mech Commander games. There you go. There you go. The goatee is mint. It definitely is, Steve-O. All right, let's get this hijacked. Get this hijacked Mayflower shooting something. Sasquatch says I didn't even know they had a Star Trek card game. Yep, it was made by Decipher, and it was actually one of their most successful products, and would have kept going if it hadn't been for the COO embezzled millions of dollars from the company and made it go bankrupt. He eventually went to jail, but the company lost millions and had to go out of business. But it went from, I think, 1997 to 2009, I want to say. I'm sorry, 1994 to, I think, 2009. And there was about 20 expansion sets, 2 editions, and there's even a community that still plays it now to this day. So, yeah, it's still around if you're into card games. I'm talking to my local card shop. I've offered to buy like some of the starter decks, like not spend stupid amounts of money, but you can still find the starter decks for a reasonable price. I'm like, hey, if y'all will play with me, then I'll buy the decks and we can goof off and have fun. What is my opinion on the Elite Daily Rewards pack? So that is a monthly pack, and it's good. It really depends on what level you are for how much value it has. Like at level 39, the daily amount you get with the Elite Daily Reward chips means nothing to me. That's useless. But what I get by just buying the pack and spending $100 isn't that bad. It would give me, almost 5 billion par steel. It would give me only 25 million titanium, a bunch of speed ups, and then 70,000 Latinum, and then, of course, the uncommon. So there's value in just spending $100, because what you'd want to do is compare this to, say, the Ultra Station Pack, which is also $100. So if you scroll over here to the Ultra Station Pack, my Ultra Ship Station Upgrade Pack gives me less Latinum, less Pars Steel, less Titanium, and around the same uncommons and rares. So there's more value. If I'm going to spend $100, it makes more sense to buy that just for what I get than buying a standardized pack. It's still $100 though. If you're in the 20s, I'll say this, what you get every day is super valuable. It's awesome to have that constant, turn in of uncommon crystal and everything. The daily stuff doesn't really help me that much at level 39, but it's kind of up to you if you want to spend the money. It does have value.
Your packs do go up every even level.
Yes, correct. Every 2 levels it will increase from what you're getting by buying. But what you get every day doesn't change.
And your 45 pack, can I just say, is worth it as well. If you don't want to go the whole hog and then still leave yourself some money for other smaller packs, The 45 does me as well. And then I can mix and match with any that pop up.
I get the Ultra Pack every month, and for 20s and 30s, I tell you what, it counts every day. It really does benefit every day for the lowest. So,
by the way, Expo, who is on my server, one of the bigger players, nice guy, been playing over 2 years. He actually got the Separatist D3. He actually just messaged me, and I just messaged him back saying, "Hey, would you mind showing off the Separatist D3 so people could see it?" So I'm going to see if he'll do that. That'd be pretty cool. Y'all would have to give a big shout out to IA, because that'd be a very nice thing for him to pull that thing out of mothballs. But
that's what Archimedes wants, isn't it?
I got those already. They're in my wallet.
I think he meant the Separatist D3, but yeah.
Hey guys, we're on YouTube. Behave.
I know you, Muppet.
All right, let's get in here. Yeah, Mike. Of course, I already knew that was happening for several months, so it doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't shock me. Photo said, "Did you ever play the Syndicate on the PC?" I have never played a game called the Syndicate. Never have. And also, Dalton says, "Does Prime Augment Favor benefit you if your Augment rep is maxed?" No, it does not. Paul says, "Rev is someone you can ask if you're the real on Rev." Yeah, sure. But you got to remember, for like about a year, somebody else had my name on this server. It was actually Mark Red Angel, who comes around the voice chat every now and then. He's a total goofball, but he had it for a while. I actually need to hit him up. I haven't talked to him in a bit. Just sent him a message because I was thinking about him. All right, what we got? What other questions are here can we answer? Would be awesome if Wizards of the Coast bought the rights and restarted it. Hey, maybe we can start a campaign and get that going. But how many people still play physical card games? Like, I love it. I like having something tangible. I mean, I love digital. Obviously, I'm a mobile gamer, but I love something tangible. You know, it's fun to collect something that isn't like if Star Trek Fleet Command, if Scopely somehow went out of business tomorrow, all the stuff that we've done together for 2.5 years is gone. Even this is not gone. Like, it stays here. Even though Decipher is no longer making them, they're still here. So,
talking of old card games, there was one I used to collect, which was the Alien vs Predator card game.
Uh-huh.
That was pretty involved. I used to have a load of that. Not sure what happened to it over the years.
Yeah.
Card games.
And thank you, Dark Realm, for donating to the PayPal. Every donation saves a puppy from being beaten by a kitten. Not by me, because I'd never do that. But it helps donate to the organization devoted to the protection of puppies from kittens, particularly the psychopaths who beat them with them. And we're heading that foundation. We're getting it launched up and going, and your help helps us. So greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. And yes, Jeff, of course, all the puppies are cute. I don't even know if there's a such thing as an ugly puppy. Pretty sure to be a puppy, the prerequisite is you be cute. I don't think you can be.
Have you ever looked at a hairless puppy?
Yeah. Most of them are born basically hairless.
No, a Mexican hairless.
Oh, no. But the only thing I like from Mexico are tamales and like empanadas. So. Zoomer says everyone would all drop to the floor with a heart attack if Scopely went out of business tomorrow. I could confirm.
Yes, I would.
That I think we'd all.
But we wouldn't live long.
I don't know.
Well, half the server would. There'd be the whales, and everybody else the whales attacks.
As much as I love y'all, I know for a fact most of y'all would not be here if the game stopped existing. So, how do I know that? I know that because the video I did opening Star Trek cards has 2,500 views. The day before, when I did a video about this game, it's got like 11,000. I mean, I'm not complaining or anything, but people want the Star Trek game, so.
Rev, I watched it.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, that's what people are here for. Like, they want the goods.
Maybe that'd be the next thing. Star Trek Fleet Command card game. At least got a chance of winning his stuff back.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe we should make the card game. Obviously, not use official names. We just use knockoff stuff and see what happens.
Oh, that'd be good. Take that to him. Say, look, we got something for you. You get a nice little learner out of that as well.
Star Trek Fleet Command card game.
Yeah.
I would get into that.
I mean, if they're going to waste money to make that stupid Kobayashi Maru browser game, why not make a card game?
Yeah.
Because that was stupid.
I still have not played that game.
To me, that was such a waste of time. Like, I get why they did it and everything. Happy for them, but for me, waste of time. Yeah, and yeah, Lucas, I'm not mad at you for it. I get that 100%. That's cool. I'm not mad at anybody who doesn't watch the video. I'm just saying, like, people are here for Star Trek Fleet Command. And hopefully I can entertain you enough to where you watch other things. Maybe you want to see me disrobe on Twitch. Maybe that's what you're into. Whatever. I just want to find ways to keep you around.
Stop that. Stop that right now.
I use the politically correct word of disrobe. So...
Yeah, I know. But you're going to... Yeah. No, don't go there yet.
Frick says he's here for Rev. Well, y'all are very sweet. Hopefully we can keep going. If y'all got more game questions, continue to drop them. We're going to stay live for about 30 more minutes. And then after that, I'm going to hop off. I got to work on some videos for tomorrow morning. Maybe I'll do a late night movie night tonight where we watch some TV, but we'll see how that plays out. I don't have a Borg costume. I do have a Q costume on the way. That's going to be fun. We'll see.
Where is that? I thought that'd be here.
Well, it's ordered from China, so...
Oh, okay.
We order from China. It gets here within like 3 days.
Well,
4 days
yeah.
or whatever it is.
Your buddy.
Here we order from China, and it's like e-packet, and it's like, hey, you order this in February. Expected delivery, April. So...
That's pretty good for you.
Yeah. Sasquatch wants to know what's everyone's view on Roe. Well, the correct answer is it's stupid.
He hates it.
I don't hate row. I hate universal row. Like I hate server-wide row. If your alliances has sets of rules, I fully support that. 100%.
Basic row. No loot, don't shoot. All others fair game.
David wants to know, what officers would you spend money on? And this is one that we can kind of get like community opinion on. For me, Harrison, Leslie is worth spending cash on.
If they had a pack with them in, Pike
Giorgio.
Moreau.
Pike,
If
if they did a Pike Moreau one, that would be worth buying. Just because if you can't get it and it takes a while to grind them out. Maybe Borg Jayla. It's kind of a teeter-totter for me. I honestly wouldn't spend $100 on Giorgio, even though she's amazing. I wouldn't spend money.
6 and 10 in the same month.
Speaking of officers at the moment, though, and spending on them in the event store, would you say it's worth me trying to get TOS Spock unlocked?
No.
For it, I've got all the other TOS officers.
No, not at all. I mean, unless you're a collector and you just want to have all of them unlocked, but I'm not putting anything into TOS Spock just because he serves me no purpose.
I collect officers. Have not gone out of the way to get him.
Here we go. He says, I play as a Romulan and Klingon. I'm always going to be hostile with the Federation so that he can auto-grind battles. Am I doing this right? Well, the right way, in my opinion, is to be friendly with all of them and have tri-locks. So have locks at 10 million. Now, you can still auto-farm in augment space because the augments will always, the bounty hunters, rather, will always attack you in augment space. I think it's better for people to go ahead and get all 3 factions positive, but that's my take.
Well, the rewards you get.
But you can go tri-faction too soon.
Yeah, sure.
Tri-faction, I'd say, is something you want to be looking at more in the 30s.
Don says, what's up? Just got the Enterprise 8 days ago. Congratulations. Free-to-play people getting the Enterprise makes me happy. Good to see that. Hopefully this finishes my event. Please finish my event. Please. And then I have to start running some rare Stella Armadas after this.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Not enough people came and we died. Oh, my alliance has been getting on my nerves lately with participation.
That's all they played non-stop yesterday. All those.
Are you using Enterprise?
Against the Doomsday, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need them to get their butts in gear. So.
Yeah, at least you didn't have to have the points I did.
I mean, it's all relative. I mean, it's all scaled to be about the same burden for everybody. So.
True. But, for my level, it was 5.06 million.
Tracy says, can Scopely adjust the payout in event store based on levels? Would like to see Franklin parts increase in the event store. That and more Stella to get my second. They actually do increase, but they've already got it set to increase by level, generally based on the price of the item. In terms of how much you're going to get, no, they're not going to change that because they want you to either take a long time to grind or spend money. It's the only options. David, you should max out that Enterprise and take the Augur as high as you want to. Definitely max out the Enterprise. And no, Jonathan, I have no idea. No idea when Leslie will return.
Event store's been good to me. 43 BPs to get my salary. Upgraded my Devore, so that's a beast. And obviously got the extra bits so I can do my Franklin and go up a level. So I've been a good boy in there this time.
Why not Scopely bring out officers that offer no way to gain charge to improve officer? They do, they just do it over a period of time. The whole point is to make it like a limited run so that people pay to get into the limited run and then release things over time. 5 of 10, as soon as she came out, was extremely valuable, and she did not hit the open market until about 8 to 12 months later. And that's just how they go about it. Curtis says, have I ever run out of uncommon gas and crystal? Curtis.
All the time.
Curtis, can I... This is not meant to be mean. What level are you, Curtis? I'm in a constant state of broke uncommon gas. I do have crystal now because I don't upgrade anything crystal anymore besides research and stuff. But yeah, gas, broke.
Same here.
Especially with how many Mayflowers did you need to scrap for your jellyfish?
I only scrapped one because that's all I could afford to build. I could only afford to max one. In
terms of if you were going to max out the jellyfish, it was something like 130 odd.
No, it was like 200 something.
Something like 130 or something like that, yeah.
Ridiculous amount.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It was, and didn't you calculate the amount of time it would take to scrap them, like build them maximum, scrap them, and it was something like more than a decade.
Yep. So it's obviously not a viable option, but so.
And can I say, in response to your video that you made about Scopely and the gifts that we got, can we just thank Scopely for doing that and noticing that we all had an issue? Because that definitely helped that they took notice and then gave us something back and said, you know what, we're going to change it. And that's made a hell of a difference.
For sure, it has. I do appreciate them admitting when they do something sucky and then fixing it. I do appreciate that.
It was.
Now we have a new issue. That we're all getting bored and the planet killer can't be killed anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we are bored, but like I said, I ignore most of that. Like, I'm not trying to be on the solo leaderboard. I would actually like to have the USS Constellation rare avatar, but I'm not going to spend all day busting my butt on repairs and then killing Doomsday Armadas just so I can score here. I'm not wasting time. Look at the scores though. 134 million is the leader in my bracket. That's not worth my time.
No, and mine's over 200 million on my server.
I'm just doing the bare minimum right now. I mean,
Bob, higher scrapyard level does not improve the returns for the ship. The only thing that improves the returns for ship scrapping is the level of the ship itself. So if you got your scrapyard to like 39, it doesn't improve what you get versus a scrapyard 24 for scrapping an envoy.
But you also have to use up your ship experience to get it up there. You're the strongest player in that armada.
Yep.
Didn't that finish you up?
No, I'm nowhere near done. I still got like 1 million points. 998,000.
That's why I like the rare, because it's 700,000.
Can't afford to do rares.
Plus
rares require you to spend money.
I didn't know that. I've never done the regular ones. I only go help people if they need me.
The regular ones cost 1. The uncommons cost 1 token. Rares cost 50. Epics cost 500.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've done both the rare and the epic, but I'm in the whale.
Because I tend to do the daily ticket event for the hostile hunt, because it basically gets completed at the same time as everything else I'm doing hostile hunting.
Mm-hmm.
The actual tokens I'm getting for the sort of armadas for the Doomsday weapon I've not used them. I've actually offered my alliance if they want me to sort of lead a group of 4 people in to soften up a rare so that they can definitely kill it in one go. I'd be happy to do it because I've got about 70 of them.
Yeah, nice. I'm the same as you. I die on the normal one, so I might as well die on the rare.
Jeremiah says, what is the max tier enterprise / spot combo you'll allow before getting so mad that you rage quit the game? Honestly, never. Tier 3 is the absolute max. You can make an argument that Spock should be on there. But even then, there's better options. Nick says, is the Devore worth getting multiples of? Of all the things that are in the event store, I wouldn't get multiples of it. I would rather focus on other stuff. But sure. I mean, if you really want it, I would not. I would. It's not that expensive, honestly. The Devore is one of the cheaper ships. You can get 60, and that's going to cost you, 18,000 neutronium. So it's not going to be a huge expense on your part. But I'd rather put that neutronium into officers or something.
Plus, you'll get a second Devore through your monthly packs anyway. Monthly chests.
Yeah. That's why I chose mine to upgrade. So it's like 132, 142 now. And if I put the water speed on it, it'll go up to a level 40 with 40 with Scotty on there. So
let's see. Lucas says, what is TOS McCoy good for? All right, let me pull up McCoy and I'll talk about him here. So he is a rare card with some decent abilities compared to like TOS Chekhov, who is terrible. TOS McCoy has got a captain's ability of 300% to dodge, shield deflection, and armor. So it's a mitigation buff when defending. That is useful. Synergy, he can get up to 500%. Once again, that would probably be best if you're either in 1, territory capture, getting attacked, or 2, base defense, which is kind of not, doesn't matter. But the secondary ability can go up to 100%, which is a boost to attack, defense, and health of all officers on an explorer. That can be super useful. Imagine having a loadout of like TOS Kirk, TOS McCoy, and then Zhao. If you had a Max Zhao. And, those stat boosters helping grow the amount of mitigation change you can do with Zhao while also improving your shield and health numbers. So he has uses. Is he amazing? I wouldn't say amazing, but he is a good rare card. It can be used well on certain ships. Philip, there is currently not a way to get more DuPont cards. At the moment, there's not a way. Correct, Earth. Only procs if you're attacked. I also agree with Earth's point that like before the new research came out for the Devore, I would have been more prone to have 2. Now that the Devore research is out, I don't see the point of a second one because like you don't get anything better in the refinery for having 2. Lemonade, if I... It's gotten to the point where like
just silly.
I will literally tell y'all when I have an update on photon tokens. You don't have to ask every day. You would know if there was an update on photon tokens. Don't worry. You're not missing anything. The entire world would scream to let you know there's an update on photon tokens. All right, let's do this one.
I think the only second ship that's worth it is the second Stella for scrapping. If you go that route and don't skip it like that.
I mean, I've still got 2 Stellas. I just said don't focus on it. If you want to put in the time to do Stella every day or multiple times a week, 2 Stellas make sense. If you're not going to do it, spend that on officers that you will use every day. Basically, focus on things that you're going to use more often. I will use TOS Kirk more than I'll use a second Stella. It's still nice to have a second Stella, but I'm going to prioritize what I'm buying.
What would you recommend from the event store if you're not a player who goes for the Enterprise? Like I'm 39, I have an order, I can't get Giorgio. Like new ships are not in there, no sarcophagus, no jellyfish. Like
do you use your discovery?
Yeah, only for summoning.
I would, yeah, the first thing I'd use if you got your discovery is to get the cultivated elite mycelium, which is 480,000 cultivated, because obviously you got an 18k limit. That is a massive chunk of mycelium to help you get through like territory capture battles and stuff. I think that's got value. Other than that, you know, if you need another Stella, go that route. After that, I would start going and looking at some of the other options, like independent credits. I think are always a good option for officers. Missions, skip. Don't waste your time with avatars unless you just really, really want them. I don't see why people would go after those, but people do. People
straight up.
Would you go for the? Would you go for the charged nanoprobes?
Straight up uncommons.
The uncommon return rate is pretty low, so it's you spend a lot to only get a handful of uncommon. So I never do that, and I never recommend it. But you can. Charged nanoprobes. Once again, another thing. I don't. Maybe spore drive components because the spore is slower than the nanoprobes are in terms of gathering them. But even then, that's just for a taxi. That's not that great. Frig, I wouldn't do faction miners. Faction miners are hella easy to get. If you do your grinding every day, you're going to get faction miner BPs just by killing stuff. So I wouldn't even buy faction miners. I would focus on the officers. Even if you're not big on using the explorer officers, I would still get them because you're eventually going to have an explorer.
So how does the cultivated mycelium elite work?
So you can only refine up to 18k and hold 18k at a time. A lot of people fly through that. It just gives you 480,000 cultivated.
Oh, okay.
So
shut down your refinery for.
I still don't know why there's a limit of 18k. It makes no sense.
This means you'd never have to refine anything.
Michael says, how do you get faction miners through dailies? Once you get into the 30s, most people start hunting in 39s. So they're going in Altania, or they're going in Wolf, or going into Klingon space and like Moomba. Some people would go to Groombridge. And hitting those 38s, 39s, and 40 hostiles, they will drop faction miner BPs. And I mean, I'm sitting on right now in my ship menu. I'm pretty sure I can build. I've already got every faction miner. So I've got the Valkeys, the Antares, and the Cavort. I'm pretty sure, I'm going to let this load up because it takes forever, but I'm pretty sure I can build another set of maybe each. Let's go take a look. Yeah, so I've got another Cavort. I've almost got 2 Cavorts sitting here. I've got a 1.5 Antares sitting there and 1 1/3 Valkeys. I've not spent faction credits on those. That's just simply me getting blueprints from doing my dailies and grinding out hostiles every day.
Yeah, you really only need 1, but they are very useful.
I mean, they're good for raiding, but I mean, I still use my Horizon for mining because the mining laser's the same for a lot of things, and it's also cheaper to repair if somebody comes and hits me OPC. So take a little bit of protected down, but I don't watch my miners like a lot of people do, so I just expect them to die, and I'm always looking at what's cheaper to repair.
Yep.
Tracy, yeah, you should max the Sally before you max the Intrepid or the Burrell. If I was just to be completely honest with you, I would stop doing anything you're doing with that Intrepid. Stop wasting your time and your resources. Ignore that terrible ship. And even the Burrell, it's up to you how high you take it. But if you want an Enterprise, by the way, I just got an Intrepid blueprint as we're talking about that. Yeah, the Intrepid's terrible. But yeah, Saladin is still incredibly important. Max that baby out. All right, this should finish me up. Then we're going to go send our auger out and start working on our dailies. Wow, we've almost been here 2 hours already, and I'm still not done with all the stuff I've got to do today. On one account. Best system get Antares BPs? Yeah. There's not a particular system. It's literally the level of hostile. Hit 37s, 38s, 39s, 40s. System doesn't matter. Type of hostile doesn't matter. hit the levels. That's all you gotta do. Thomas, I think pausing your auger to scrap a D3 for research primes is a very good idea. It's a very good idea. Which ship should I work on first, Augur or Enterprise? I'm always going to say the Enterprise. It's the better overall ship. Augur can do specific things better, but the Enterprise is still the best 3-star ship in the game. Oh, the flight times. That's another research I haven't worked on. My flight time research is like level 1. It's really low. Got to improve that. Quanter says, I have the Bortus, the Centurion, the Saladin, and Federation as enemy. Yeah, you don't need to be positive with a faction to build their ships. You just need the blueprints. So if you get the blueprints for the Saladin, they could hate you and you can still build it. Won't hurt you at all. Joe says this arc is the most grindy one yet. I wouldn't say that. The grinds is basically the same it's been in the past 2 arcs. It's just, is it exciting for you?
Purely Dan, I can answer that one because Rev wasn't sure that the packs did change. They change on the next day, I believe.
On the reset?
Event store. Yeah, on the reset.
Yes. You're the one that figured that out. So, Sasquatch says, how's the house fund going? I actually haven't made the big house fund announcement. Hopefully when I do, somebody turns up with a check for like $30,000. We can always hope and pray. But haven't necessarily, I was going to make a graphic for it and make a little thing, but I haven't made it yet just because I've been focusing on other content. But I may have that out this week, and then we'll see if anybody wants to donate to help us get a house. Because I would like to be able to walk through the kitchen without walking through water. That would be a good idea. Maybe I'll just buy a P-Row.
Have you found one yet?
Have I done what?
Have you found one yet?
Found a P-Row? Yeah, we got them all over town. I'm in Louisiana. I'm not looking for a house till I can afford to buy one, so no.
You mean Mr. Rev hasn't been window shopping yet?
Well, that doesn't matter, to be quite honest with you. And yeah, she has, but it doesn't matter.
Just a hard time.
Mike says, move to South Carolina. Houses out here are 150, 250. Same here in Louisiana, buddy. I can get a 3,000 square foot house for 300 grand or less pretty easily. It's just getting 300 grand. Oh, dude, the snow only lasted like 4 days, Frig. Snow's been gone. And yeah, Rue, if people want to buy my OnlyFans feet pics, I will definitely sell them 1,000,000%. If you want to see feet, I've got you. I've got you. I have feet. 2 of them, in fact. A left one and a right one. So if you like diversity, I am all inclusive with feet pics.
The Twitch crowd is showing up, bro.
Yeah, well, we're at 2 hours, so we're starting to get close to the wrap-up time anyway. All right, and we're done with this. Now we can go home and start working. We got more TOS checkoff shards. And now I can actually start working on my clear the coast.
Yeah, everybody should have TOS checkoff by now.
Yeah, they basically gave him away for free because he sucks so bad. But I guess it makes people feel better that they've actually got him. But he's pretty terrible. Let's see, we finished this. We finished this one. Got that. All right, yeah, we only got one more left, and then we'll do our dailies. So, good progress. Will we see new buildings? Well, I don't know. We'll see. Charles says 1.5 million for a 3,000 square foot house. Wow, Charles, very happy to not live where you do. And William, thank you so much. Make sure that you're in the I think my phone's dead, so I can't check it. But make sure you're in the Discord so we can hit you up with the special privileges. Anybody that donates gets access to the special room where I post all my naughty pictures, which is typically just nerdy stuff and pictures of my family. Do you think they'll make a second season of Lower Decks? Lower Decks was already, the second season's already paid for, so I don't see why they wouldn't. Question is, will they make a third season? Second season was already paid for.
They better make a third.
Well, people got to support it. We've just had a minority of Star Trek fans that have been way too loud lately about how terrible new things are. I can't stand the pessimism. If you don't like it, cool, just shut up. Stop telling everybody else how terrible something is. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't need to go over and tell the world how bad you think something is. Night Guantar, thanks for stopping by. Killing these enterprises. I've killed so many thousands of enterprises. It's ridiculous. So many.
I kill Kelvins.
Well, okay.
I got to go to deep space to do my dailies.
Yeah. It's another reason that I actually haven't moved my rep up too high. So, Adria says Lower Decks was horrible because it was too short. That's fair. It was really entertaining.
It's a cartoon. You add in commercials, it would be a half-hour long thing.
Yeah. Michael says everyone hated The Next Generation when it came out because everyone felt like no one could replace the original crew. Yeah, and now we look back 40 years later going, honestly, the original wasn't that great. It was just the pioneer. So, time changes lots of things. Bob says, what is rep locking? I'm a scrub. So, rep locks at 10 million and 1 billion. Once you get there, you can't go lower. So, if you get to 10 million, it locks, and you don't have to worry about going down to negative 2 million, which is really annoying.
1 billion is a long road to hoe.
It is. It is. Of course, the higher hostiles you can hit, the easier it is.
I still have about 5 months before I hit my second lock.
Solo, I will have a video
dailies,
on that.
Sort of out there.
What was that?
I was saying he's saying 5 months to the billion lock. Is that just doing dailies, or is that sitting there all day hitting, say, Klingons or what have you?
Well, that's got to be just dailies because we have a level 50 who just locked on my server and it didn't take him 5 months. So,
yeah, it's mostly just dailies. I don't go out hit 2,500 a day anymore. My personal health issues kind of slow me down.
That makes sense. All right. Oh, we got a takeover starting. Fantastic. All right, everybody. I'm about to start wrapping up this stream. Look, I want you to join the Discord if you haven't already. Join the Discord. Come hang out. Ask questions at all times. Have fun. And really, come meet new friends. Like, you'll find new friends here. You might even find somebody that you can fall in love with, but only at Rev's Discord server. Also, if you want to help out the channel, PayPal, Venmo, every little bit helps. Even if you send $1, it literally will help feed 2 starving children in Louisiana. If you don't know where that is, just imagine the poorest place in America, and you found us. So every bit helps. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. Come check out the video tomorrow morning if you want to learn about the Trinity: Charvinick, Marcus, and Kang. See ya. Y'all are awesomes. And I'm awesome too.